everyone, how are we? Just doing a super quick check-in reading, looking at your person, any sort of shifting, changing energies with your person and love stuff. Okay, so make sure you do subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I do really appreciate that. It really does help the channel grow. So thank you all so much. Make sure you do leave comments as well, especially if there's any topics you would like me to do readings for. I would love to, get some inspiration from you all. But today we are going to be using the Soul Connection When Two Hearts Meet Love Oracle. And I do have the Pop Art Lenormand we're using today as well. Okay, like I said, just a bit of a super sort of quick check-in today, and we are going to start off with Aries. Timestamps will be in the description box as always. So starting us off today, we have Aries. Aries and your person. Changing energies for Aries and your person. What energy are you and your person moving into with love and romance? The love and romantic energy between Aries and their person, please. We have the universe coming through first here, Aries. The universe is guiding you to this special person. Allow everything to take its natural course. So sort of trusting that the universe has got your back and things are, progressing in a way that it does kind of need to for this connection. We also see feelings. All right, so take time out to explore the deep emotions that you are experiencing. So it does feel for a lot of you here, some of you may not actually know this person yet or be, have this person currently in your life. It feels like you're kind of in that phase of slowly being guided to your person. And there may be a lot of emotions that you're sort of needing to delve into within your own self as we sort of move forward in time here, and with love connections and things like that. There may just be the need to really put your own feelings and emotions under the microscope a little bit here, so that you can allow things to follow their natural course when it comes to love and romance. But we'll clarify with the Lenormand, of course. Aries and your person. What energy are Aries and their person moving into with love and romance? The upcoming love and romance energy for Aries and your person. Definitely seeing movement. So like I said, I really am getting this energy that, the journey has only just begun. We have the ship coming through first. So, we're only starting that journey now, and we're traveling towards your person and love and romance. Okay. For some of you, you may not have actually had this person currently in your life. That may be an upcoming energy alone. Especially here, we have the crossroads there as well. So, you're traveling toward needing to make a decision, choosing which path you're taking when it comes to love here. For some of you, there may be the option between two people as well when it comes to that. But taking strides forward and choosing the path that you want to take when it comes to love. So if you're wanting love in your life, you're needing to choose that direction. Okay, consciously choose. The crossroads does talk about free will, so there is something here about you needing to make some conscious choices about what it is you want to move towards. Okay. We also have the clover there as well, Aries. So that does let us know that it's time to start taking a risk and taking those chances when they're offered to you. So, if you make that choice to move in a certain direction, jump in, all in. The clover talks about sort of that all or nothing type energy. It's like you're either all in or you're going the other direction altogether. So it's take a big leap of faith, take a chance, and jump head in. Head first into love and romance, with people there. So it may feel like it's a big risk, but high risk comes with the, high reward as well. So definitely being advised to sort of jump in the deep end when it comes to love and romance, Aries. Make sure you do check out your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Taurus. Okay, Taurus in your person. What's coming on with Taurus and your person? What's incoming on Taurus and your person's love energy, please? Learn and honor, Taurus. So let love show you how to learn from each other. So there may still be, aspects of this person that you don't even know about. So literally learning more about each other, that kind of thing. But for others of you, it's kind of like allowing this person to teach you something, or it's feeling very like comforting in a way here, that you're learning how to be comforted, how to allow yourself to be comforted by this person. So for some of you, it's about, stepping back a little bit too and observing how this person approaches the world, and there's something for you to learn in that there as well. But there's a lot that you can still learn from each other, through just being around each other. We also have honor, as we saw. Honor your loved one, and you will notice your relationship becoming stronger. So, that kind of just feels like paying attention. So while this person is, you're learning from each other, honor that relationship, that you are able to learn from each other, and you're able to teach them and they're able to teach you. Honor that relationship, and stay very, there does feel like a little bit of a message there too, Taurus, about being respectful of the relationship in the sense of validifying it, verbally telling them that, how asking them, how can I honor you in this relationship? How can I show my appreciation? How can, we strengthen our relationship, and trying to, make a conscious effort to strengthen the connection through, asking each other, how, what would you see as me honoring the relationship, and vice versa. Okay. Taurus. Upcoming love energy between Taurus and your person. Upcoming love energy for Taurus and your person. Whoa, okay. Firstly, we have the Capricorn card coming through there, the mountains. So for some of you here, it's not necessarily connected to Capricorn energy, although it may be kind of talking about between now and Capricorn season. So now and the end of the year kind of energy. There may be, the need for you or your partner or both of you to really kind of knuckle down and focus a little bit more on putting in hard work and doing the work that is necessary, not just within the relationship. But I do feel that maybe for some of you, maybe in more of a materialistic kind of a way. Okay, so there might just be the need to put in some extra work, actual work. For some of you, maybe that's why we're seeing that learn energy as well. You may actually, be putting in the hard work to, finish some sort of course or training or something along those lines there as well. But that actually, persevering with that and being determined to, get over that slight obstacle there, because it feels like it's an obstacle in the way that is just external stuff going on, rather than the relationship being priority here. There is just some other stuff going on around the relationship itself. Uh, and for some of you, it may just be that last little hurdle of finding that person that is your person, So it's just feeling like between now and the end of the year, just sort of knuckling down and focusing on material life, and getting that sort of sorted, and that really does stir things up for you in a positive way here. We have the Stork here, so that comes through and shows us that, there are new perspectives, new ideas on how to approach things, and we're learning, we're moving forward in positive ways that really stirs up a lot of brand new energy and gets things moving and going in the directions that we want. So those obstacles, it's not necessarily to create issues or create blockages. It's actually to once we get through those things, then we can focus a little bit more on other things, and it stirs up change and new energy coming in for us with the relationship itself. For a couple of you here, there may be some This is not for everyone. There is just one or two of you where we're seeing that coming through as um, issues around fertility. Okay, some sort of blockage that may be leading to infertility kind of things. So there may be just some issues around fertility, and once again, it feels like that it's just an obstacle that can be overcome. It's not a be all and end all sort of thing that I'm picking up on here. It's also talking about the clover here with taking a chance, taking a risk. So for some of you, there may be because I'm getting a very specific message here that for some of you where you're having infertility issues, this is just a very specific message for those of you who are having infertility issues, that taking a chance and risky, something risky. It's kind of like telling me that it's like the thing that you don't think, the times that you're thinking, oh, that's definitely not even there's no chance. Take a chance. Just have it's like that. There's something going on with someone's cycle where it's like you're not actually ovulating when you think you are, and so you take a chance, and then it's like you're like the things that have got the smallest amount of chances, you may be just the one that manages to slide in there and get that. Okay, so whatever that means for a couple of you there, I don't know exactly what's going on for that, but it's kind of talking about the thing that you think is the biggest, there's no risk of any, that's a long shot. Basically the thing that feels like the longest shot is actually the thing that ends up working for you, which is really bizarre. But it kind of does remind me that I when I fell pregnant with my child, I fell pregnant out of cycle, like it was at the very end of Shark Week, for lack of a better term. So I definitely wasn't ovulating. So it's definitely possible. So for some people, maybe that's, I don't know. I'm not a doctor or anything, but maybe it's more likely for some people to out of cycle for be more fertile than you would think, and whatnot as well. So it's just trying to tell me something about that. So I just passing that message on for you there, whoever that is for. But for everybody else, it is just talking about focusing on the material world, allowing that to then stir up other things around the relationship itself, and then sort of taking chances with to it's kind of like take the chance when you're given it. So when you are getting opportunities to spend time together and honor the relationship, whatever that means for you and your person there, jump in that deep end and do it. It's all or nothing kind of thing that, when you get the chance, jump on in and take the chances when they're given, because, they may be few and far between at the minute while we're focusing so much on the material, Taurus. But that's what we've got for you. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements. Sorry that was such a specific message just for sort of one or two particular people there, but I've got to pass these things on. Otherwise, I'm not happy with myself, but that you're more than welcome to check other placements like your moon or your rising or any other strong placement you have as well. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Gemini. Gemini and your person. What is the upcoming love energy for Gemini and their person, please? Gemini and your person. It's coming in for Gemini. Soul. Your soul is preparing to reconnect. Trust in the process. Okay, so for some of you, this is reconnecting to your own sense of love altogether. Okay, for some of you, you're kind of like, I'm over it. I don't even want a bar of love anymore. And so you are sort of preparing to reconnect to that, the sensation of love in some kind of a way. All right. So for some of you, it may be some sort of reconciliation type reconnecting with somebody that you have previously been connected to in the past. And for others of you, it's just reconnecting to the feeling of love. And so you may be meeting somebody new that reconnects you with something within yourself that you felt like you had put to the side or you had lost or something along those lines here. And for those of you who are already in connections, there's something about, you know, having that reconnection between the two of you, where you maybe have felt like you're drifting a little bit, and it's reconnecting to each other, and to that sense of love with each other. Clarity. Okay. Take time to think about your situation to gain clarity. So clarity is coming through for you here, Gemini, but you maybe do need to take a little bit of time to really sort of stop and meditate and think about things, and it's asking you to think before acting. Okay, so, but we'll have a look with the lenormand as well. Gemini and your person. Upcoming love and romance energy for Gemini and your person. Some sort of good news on the way here, Gemini. We do have the rider coming in first with the feminine. Okay, so the rider does bring good news on the way. It's kind of also, you know, once again, like I said, to those of you reconnecting with the sensation of love altogether, it's kind of, that's the good news, is that you will once again reconnect to the feminine side of yourself that wants to nurture and protect love and feel love. You know, it's all about feeling with the feminine there as well. So good news, you're getting back up on the horse kind of thing. But for everyone else there, it is, you know, it does seem to be mostly that. But, you know, there may actually be some actual good news or in the form of some sort of communication, or someone coming into your life that is sort of like, good news, I'm here, now we can experience the feelings together kind of thing. It starts off here with, we have the snake. Okay, Gemini, so we do see, for some of you, this may be a Scorpio, but for others of you, it's kind of just talking about the physical passion and the, you know, that is the short-term fling kind of card there. You know, it's kind of also too, there's a bit of an underlying message there, Gemini, about not allowing yourself to deceive yourself anymore. And I feel like that's what the news is that's coming in for some of you. The clarity that's coming through here is that, you know, the illusions are lifting, and you know, the deceptions that you've told yourself, like, because I'm picking up very strongly here that for a couple of you, you have been telling yourself, I don't care about love anymore. And this clarity, this news coming in is telling you, actually, you do, more than you know, and because you reconnect to love within your own self, you then realize, okay, I was deceiving myself a little bit about that, and I do actually care about love, you know. So take that as it resonates, Gemini. But you know, whoever, for those of you meeting someone new, there is sort of this reconnection energy when it comes to the physical passion. All right, so it may, for some of you, it may start off as a short-term fling. For others, it's reconnection through physical intimacy. All right, so once again, trust in the process. It's very personal to each and every one of you, but you're more than welcome to, you know, cross-watch your person's placements, or, you know, check out your other strong placements as well. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel. And we will move on over to Cancer. Okay. Cancer and your person. Upcoming love energy for Cancer and your person. Pardon? Okay, guilt coming through here, Cancer. Don't let guilt get in the way of happiness. Why do you feel guilty? Why do you feel, for some of you, it's not even that you feel guilty. It's kind of as though you have kind of taken that role upon yourself, that someone may have put a lot of guilt and shame onto you. So it's kind of like, regardless of whether it's your own guilt, or guilt that has been placed sort of in your arms here, Cancer, don't let it get in the way of your own happiness. Your own happiness is more important than these underlying feelings of guilt and shame and whatnot, especially when that's not even your guilt to carry. That's somebody else's guilt. I feel for a lot of you, it's like kind of this energy of, you know, people have said to you, oh, you're, because it's kind of that, just that random phrasing, that phrase that people say of like, oh, hitting above their weight, like that your partner is, oh, there's so much hotter or better or, whatever than you. And you kind of have taken that on and believed it a little bit here for some of you, that you don't deserve your person. You feel as though they are there's feels like guilt about holding someone back, guilt about not being good enough for somebody else here. But your own happiness, if you're happy with this person and this person makes you happy and you make them happy, then who else is there to judge other than you and your person? You are the ones that decide whether this is happiness for you or not. You can't allow others to tell you you don't deserve to be happy. That's ridiculous, Cancer. So don't allow that to come in the way of you and your person's happiness too, because who are you to judge what makes your person happy? Like, you're not them. Who are you to say that you're not worthy of them? They may feel the exact same way. They may feel as though they're unworthy of you, Cancer. It's kind of, that beauty is in the eye of the beholder type thing, that it's your person's decision to want to be with you, to love you. It's not necessarily, you feeling as though you don't deserve that. That doesn't change how they feel towards you. That's you. That's not, they don't think that you're unworthy of them, Don't put that in their mouth when they're not the one saying that to you, Cancer. It's yourself. Okay, so just sorry to come down on you a little bit there, but we have remarkable as well. Okay, so notice everything remarkable about your relationships. I'm actually, we do see the music notes in this particular card. And that's the thing too. The remarkable things between you and this person, other people don't necessarily see those. They don't see the way that you make each other feel. They don't see the way that this connection feels and how remarkable it is to have each other and whatnot. Other people don't necessarily see that. So don't allow them to tell you that it's not there. But I'm hearing that there is it's a song. It doesn't have I don't think it's got the word remarkable in it. But and it goes, and isn't it lovely? It's like an old song, and it's like and isn't it, I can't sing that song. I can't, it's right there, but I can't replicate that message. I'm sorry. And isn't it lovely? Isn't it wonderful? Or something like that. Oh, I can't replicate that song, but it's like for some reason I want to say Stevie Wonder or something like that. Like it's that type of era song. Like that kind of, I can't, it's not telling me the name of the song. It's not telling me who sings the song. And it might, I think it's, and isn't she lovely? And isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? It might not even be wonderful. So I can't replicate it. I can hear it, but I can't replicate it because the words aren't. Anyway, sorry about that, Cancer. There is a song coming through that if that song means something to you, I'm sure you'll recognize what I'm trying to get at there. Cancer, your person, incoming love energy between Cancer and their person. I just keep getting, and isn't she lovely? Transformation coming through here. We have the coffin coming through first, but it's an end to this guilt more than anything. This whatever this guilt, this self-worth stuff, it's an end to that, transforming that and healing. We have the tree taking care of ourselves and looking after ourselves and healing and knowing that, we can have a new beginning where we don't allow those negative emotions to bring us down and affect our connection. Okay, we all have moments of issues around self-worth and stuff like that quite a lot of people have self-worth issues. But when you start allowing that to affect the relationship, that's when it becomes an issue for the relationship, So this healing and growth and taking care of yourself and taking care of your relationship is definitely a positive thing here, a transformative energy, a change for the better for you here. And we do also see the clouds, okay? So thinking things through from a healed, mature perspective, not necessarily from your doubt and your guilt. Okay, so when you're thinking about making changes or doing things or saying things, think them through and think those things through. Am I coming from fear and guilt and shame, or am I coming from, I just want to be happy? I'm focusing on the remarkable aspects of my relationships and my own happiness, or am I coming from, the fear and the guilt and whatnot? All right, so try to take that into consideration there, Cancer. But it does feel as though, we are moving out of that phase a little bit. Okay, so but it just feels as though it's something you may actively need to think about wanting to change before you can really, really make the changes that you need there. Okay, Cancer. So that's what we have for you. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We'll move on to our Leos. Leo and your person. Upcoming love energy for Leo and your person. Upcoming love energy for Leo and your person. Respect. Respect your relationships, Leo. So this is actually talking about being very careful to not talk down to each other. Okay, it's not necessarily respect your relationships or in any profound kind of a way. It's respecting each other. It's, are you showing each other the level of respect that you should be? Like, are you talking down to your person? Are you treating them in ways that is not respectful? Okay, are we fighting to the point where we're actually being disrespectful to each other and being a little bit toxic to each other? It's kind of just asking you to call yourself out here and ask yourself, are you actually treating your person with the respect that they deserve for being there with you? That kind of energy. So making sure we are respectful of that relationship, that this person is choosing to be in your life. And you're choosing to be in theirs. So you both need to maybe show just a little bit more respect to each other. I just feel like it honestly just feels like even playful banter sometimes can be taken a little bit seriously. Like, it's kind of just like someone calling someone, oh, don't be silly, don't be stupid. And it's being taken a little bit personally, and it just feels a little bit disrespectful in that sense. It's not a huge thing, but it's also just those little snide little comments that build up, and it's kind of like someone's maybe going, do they really think I'm stupid? They call me stupid so much that maybe they do actually think that I'm stupid. So just being careful of that sort of stuff. Someone maybe just taking things a little bit personally at the minute there, Leo. Illusion coming through here as well. I do kind of feel like this is on your end, Leo. Avoid the trap of mistaking a fantasy for a true soul connection. Do you know what this is talking about? Once again, it's kind of skewy kind of messages here. One of my close friends is a Leo. So my Leo friend whose name starts with C. This is going to be a really good example for everybody within the Leo collective, that the illusion. Watch out, book top girlies. All right, that the fantasy. Sometimes when we try to replicate that in real life, it's not the same. that it's an illusion. You know, somebody has spent hours writing out this scene in a book to create this illusion that this is so amazing to have happen in reality, when in reality, nah. You know, because it's telling me the phrase, sex is messier than that. You know, like it's telling me that, you know, there's things that can't be planned for. You know, you might have kids in the house that might walk in, so you've got to be really careful. You can't just live those fantasies out exactly to the way that they're written in the book, kind of thing. Okay, so sometimes life is messy. All right, life is messy. Physical intimacy can be very messy. It's kind of just it's not always going to be exactly how you fantasize that it's going to be, because when you fantasize about what something is going to be like, you're not fantasizing about, oh, my person has this little thing where they hate the feeling of that. You know, that you're not taking into personal, you know, in book world, everybody loves everything and everybody's open for everything, and that's not the case in real life. Everybody's not necessarily comfortable doing all those things. So just keeping that, it's just coming through very specifically there. You know, that we're maybe calling out the book talk girlies a little bit there. But it's just in general as well, that life is messy. Like, life doesn't follow a script. That, you know, you might want this person to say, they say this and then they say that and then they say this. That's never going to work properly, right? It's just, or they may say it wrong in the wrong tone, and you're just like, oh, that ruined the whole fantasy. Like, oh. But like, even outside of the bedroom stuff as well, you know, things just sometimes don't go to plan. They don't follow the script that they're supposed to in your head. So respect reality as well. You know, respect your relationships are real. They're not this illusionary script, okay? That's why they call it fantasies. All right, but Leo, let's have a look here. Leo in your person, incoming love energy for Leo and your person. She's going to love me when she sees that. You're a little bit stuck in the fantasy. Look at that. We've got the book and the anchor. So I'm talking about book talk girlies, and here comes the book. You know, but some of you are a little bit stuck in the fantasy, and it's created this illusion that life is much smoother than it actually is. It's creating this illusion within you. So it's time to sort of remember that, you know, sometimes being secure and knowing that you can rely on someone is way more important than knowing that some illusion, some fantasy could be possible there. Okay, the mystery sometimes is the fact that I can rely on this person, and it's actually much better than the mystery of the illusion, you know. So you're learning a little bit more about how much somebody's reliability means to you, more so than the fantasy of, and you know, life being messy sometimes is part of the mystery in itself. We do see the stork there as well. So, you know, coming up with new ideas on what you actually you know, the movement that we allow this illusion, okay? That sometimes the fantasy, we do need to make allowances and allow a bit of extra movement around that we're still, as long as it's within those certain parameters, that's fine, okay? But we're going to stir things up a little bit. So for some of you there, you may be stirring your person up a little bit at the moment, and you know, but make sure we are very respectful of their boundaries and your relationship with them, and the fact of reality existing, and the fact that you know, life is messy. It just keeps wanting to talk about life is messy. It's never going to be this perfect script of what you want it to look like, because your script is different to what your person's script is. So, you know, if it was up to them writing the story, it would probably look a lot different. So, you know, reality means we need to compromise and work together to create those fantasies, rather than just have our own, you know. So that's what we have for you, Leo. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements of course, subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Virgos. Okay, Virgo and your person. Virgo and your person, incoming love energy for Virgo and your person. Trust in the signs, Virgo. We have trust and signs here. Okay, so you need to have trust in your relationships in order for them to flourish. Watch out for the signs leading you to true love. Watch out for the signs that you can trust this person as well, because there are signs. You know, if somebody shows you who they are, believe them. If somebody shows you that you cannot trust them, believe it. Know that you cannot trust them because they have shown you the signs that you cannot trust them. And vice versa. If someone is going out of their way to try to show you that you can trust them and that you can rely on them, then trust that behavior as well. You know, there is signs out there leading you to your true love here, Virgo. And you do need to allow yourself to relax and trust a little bit more in order to have these relationships flourish. You know, if you're not giving any trust in someone, if they've shown that they, you know, if they've never shown you any reason that you can't trust them and you refuse to show them trust, you're kind of holding the potential of that connection back. Because, you know, if you want someone to trust you, you need to trust them a little bit too. Okay, Virgo. Let's have a look with the lenormand. Virgo, incoming love energy for Virgo and your person. Virgo and your person, incoming. Definitely incoming. We have the ship coming through first. So some of you may be traveling with your person soon, and that's actually a really good trust exercise between you and this person, is to travel together and work out, you know, can we rely on each other in that sort of a scenario? I feel like that sometimes, you know, traveling together is the biggest test a relationship can have, to see how we go with that. And can I rely on this person to help me with the driving? Or, you know, when we encounter some issues, can I trust this person to have my back? But it's kind of really talking here about starting a journey, starting, you know, it's kind of traveling and strengthening the relationship. Definitely coming through here. We have the relationship there as well. Being very careful not to repeat any cycles or patterns from the past, but also to talk about that. We have the bird there as well. So conversations are very important to this relationship at this time, to trust what this person is telling you. To, you know, if this person says, Virgo, you can trust me, that you know, have those conversations and you can trust that energy. Okay, Virgo, I want to, you know, there's a sign we need to go travel, do this, do that. The rings and the birds, you know, traveling towards rings and the birds is going to, you know, take you where you need to be. That's definitely positive energy for you there as well, Virgo. But trust that this can flourish and can become even bigger than what it may already be. It is moving into a much more positive cycle here, where it's a much more like chatty kind of cycle as well, conversational cycle as well, where we're being able to talk through things and have those deep conversations a little bit more with each other. So the, you know, watch out for the signs, and for a lot of you, the signs are the rings and the birds. If you see the rings and the birds, it's feeling like together. So it's like a bird with a ring in its mouth. That image sometimes may, you know, pop up here and there. If you see a ring image, like you see a ring on the ground and then you see, you know, birds flying right past you, that's a sign that you're going in the right direction here, Virgo. Okay, so that's what we have for you. You're more than welcome to cross-watch your person's placements or check out your other placements. Do subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to Libra. All right. Libra and your person. Incoming love energy for Libra and your person. Guilt. Why are we seeing this for you, Libra? Guilt. Don't let guilt get in the way of happiness. Okay, so it's kind of like feeling guilty for, I feel like it's kind of, you're feeling guilty for doing things that make you happy. Are they affecting your connection or something along those lines? And that's why you're feeling guilty about this. You know, it doesn't feel like anything hugely dramatic. It just feels like maybe just a little bit of guilt over the way things have been happening within your connection at the minute. But we do also see the union card. Okay, the union of divine soul counterparts is a miraculous event that begins when you least expect it. So for some of you, there is guilt about not, you know, it's kind of feeling as though you're not the person that your person wants or needs, or you know, not being able to be perfect all the time. That's what this guilt kind of feels like. You know, but this is divine soul counterpart energy, Libra. So what actually happens with divine soul counterpart energy is quite often we mirror each other, and you know, it's just natural with life in general to have those ebbs and flows regardless. But it can't always be amazing. You know, it can't always be miraculous and fantastical. Sometimes we do have little things like, you know, a little bit of guilt popping up about, oh, maybe I didn't say the right thing, or I didn't behave the right way, or, you know, or whatever that is in your particular situation. But don't let that guilt get in the way of this happiness, because ultimately the happiness is great, with that being the union energy there as well. Okay, Libra, upcoming love energy for Libra and your person. Upcoming love energy for Libra and your person. Yeah, oh, there we go. That's what the guilt is about. The guilt here, it's coming through. We have the fox and the masculine coming through first. So there's maybe a little bit of guilt here about being a little bit too independent, feeling as though you have sort of said what you needed to say, or done what you needed to do, but you didn't necessarily take someone else's feelings into consideration, because you were coming from a very masculine standpoint, where, you know, logic and reason are stronger than emotion when we're in that masculine energy. So, you know, maybe there was like, it does feel like there may have recently been a bit of an argument here, and that's where the guilt is coming from. But and it's kind of got to do with somebody exerting their independence a little bit, or you know, doing what you needed to do in order to survive, but you did so in a very logical, rational way. And, you know, emotions are not rational. So somebody's emotions were stirred up a little bit, and that's where the guilt is coming from. Or, you know, it could be vice versa as well. But we also have the tree here as well, Libra. So we definitely see that this is kind of it's just a learning opportunity, and there's an opportunity here to heal from this argument or whatever that was. There's an opportunity to learn and heal, and mature. You know, start approaching things in a more mature way in the future, from this little snaggle. Okay, it doesn't feel like it's anything huge, because at the end of the day, we have the union card, divine soul counterparts. So there is a very strong energy here between you and your person. So don't allow guilt to get in the way of that happiness, Libra. So that's what we have for you. You're more than welcome to check out your other placements, or cross-watch your person's placements, of course. And we will move on over to Scorpio. All right, Scorpio and your person. Upcoming love energy for Scorpio and your person. Cherish your relationship. I also feel as though it's talking here about a little bit deeper about cherishing opportunities within this relationship. Cherishing the opportunities that you have had to learn and grow from each other here, to, maybe face some challenges. We have challenges coming through there as well. So there is this thing about cherishing the challenges, because it gives you an opportunity to learn and grow and heal and do things in a better way in the future. And once you've overcome those challenges, all true soul connections involve challenges that can be overcome together. So cherish those opportunities, because those challenges actually, and overcoming those challenges actually makes this connection even stronger. And we do see in that card, it does say true soul connections, Scorpio. So this is a true soul connection here. And for some of you, I do feel as though I'm just picking up an energy here that some of you, this is upcoming energy, because maybe part of the challenge is actually coming together with this person, Scorpio. Maybe part of the challenge is working out how we can come together and be together with our person, with our true soul connection. Okay, so whether you do or do not know this person, part of the challenge is cherishing that challenge in order, to strengthen the bond. But we'll clarify here as well. Scorpio, upcoming love energy for Scorpio and your person. It's very interesting to me, because I do your person, but sometimes we haven't met our person as of yet. So it comes through with the upcoming, initializing energy of the connection. I am picking up on that for a couple of you, that you haven't actually even sort of met or come together with this person as of yet. Scorpio and your person. Firstly, we have the moon coming through here. Okay, so trusting your intuition with this connection, and really allowing your emotions out a little bit here, cherishing the emotions that you have, good and bad. Okay, not all emotions are good, not all emotions are bad, but maybe that's part of your challenge as well. But there is a magnetic attraction here as well. When I see the moon card, when it's talking about your person, there is some sort of magnetic attraction. You don't know why you're so drawn to this person, but that's sort of part of the challenge, is to understand that there is a deeper meaning to that magnetic attraction, and that there may be something very intuitive about that is drawing you, because it's we see true soul connection. Okay, and sometimes true soul connections don't make sense on the surface. They don't make sense to our logical and rational brain, but we're drawn to them regardless. Okay, but this connection, Scorpio, we have the tree, and then your card, the snake. So there is a lot of healing in this connection for you, a lot of growth, and a lot of opportunity to learn and grow and heal and mature, and become wiser, to bend but not break, go with the wind, and go with the flow of this connection. There's a strong, the tree does have a strong soul connection with that as well, and there is a lot of physical attraction there as well, sexual attraction, but you may be, there is an element here too with the moon and the tree, as well as the snake. There is an underlying energy here about you kind of deceiving yourself a little bit here, Scorpio, about how far you have already come when it comes to your emotional growth. And your healing, your emotional healing. You are kind of telling yourself that you're not healed, and you're not grown, and you're not ready for this, and you're not healed enough for this. But, I feel like there's a little bit of a deception there, that maybe you just need to face that challenge as well. That, even if I'm not where I want to be on my own individual soul level, that this connection is very healing in a lot of ways for me, and sometimes we do see a lot of physical this sometimes can talk about the typical Scorpio sexual proclivities. I'm talking about the stereotypical ones, like the the domination and all that sort of stuff, So that may be an important part of this connection as well. But you there may just be it feels like there's some sort of seeds of doubt within you yourself. You kind of doubt yourself, and that you have healed and grown enough to move towards something that could actually be a true soul connection. So there may just be some unhealed parts of you that are fearful of the soul connection stuff, but cherish it because it's an opportunity as well. It's not just a challenge, it's also an opportunity to overcome together, Scorpio. So a bit of a mixed bag there, but you're more than welcome to, cross-watch your person's placements or check out your other strong placements there as well. But that's what we have for you. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius and your person. Upcoming love energy for Sagittarius and your person. Okay, we have honor and clarity coming through here, Sagittarius. I'm not even going to read that honor card because it's just telling me here it's honoring the clarity. Okay, and the clarity does say take time to think about your situation to gain clarity, but it's like it's honoring clarity and placing clarity in this connection as important, that you do need to really think things through very, very clearly, and see things clearly. And when I say see things clearly, I don't, I'm talking about seeing things without your emotions attached, seeing things not just from a negative point of view, not just from your point of view. Okay, looking at the situation from alternate perspectives in order to gain true clarity. Because and you need to honor, the objective clarity of a situation. So it tells us, that there's always three sides to a story, right? There's your side, their side, and then the truth somewhere in the middle. So this is talking about honoring that truth somewhere in the middle. That yes, you may see it completely, black. Your person may see it completely white, but you do need to honor the fact that there is, this gray area between you that you can come together in, and you need to compromise and try to understand their perspective and their, the way that they see things with this connection or with a certain thing that has happened here. So honoring the clarity of the connection, not just your own personal perspective. Okay, that you do need to be a little bit more objective at the moment and think things through very clearly. All right. Sagittarius, upcoming love energy for Sagittarius and your person. It's like putting yourself in someone else's shoes a little bit there. Ultimately, we see, a lot of potential with this connection because, firstly, we have the star and the feminine. All right. So, the emotional wishes are close to being fulfilled here. We have a lot of hope and optimism, and so that's part of how we honor the clarity is we focus on our hopes and our dreams for this. The goals, emotional goals within the connection. We honor the clarity of being able to see what our joint goals are with this connection, and start taking steps to achieve those goals. And that honors the relationship. We have the rings there as well, so we do see a strong relationship here, a strong potential here, very nurturing relationship for the both of you. It's just a matter of getting our goals and our wishes for the connection aligned, and that's why we're needing to honor that clarity very muchly. That's sort of the message coming through here, that there is the need to have joint goals rather than individual goals within the relationship. So getting on the same page and honoring each other's perspectives of what we're looking for with this relationship, so that we can sort of come into a pattern that works for both of us, not just for us as individuals within a connection. Okay, Sagittarius, so relatively straightforward message for you there, but you're more than welcome to check out your other placements, cross-watch your persons as well, and we will move on to Capricorn. Hi, Capricorn. Capricorn, upcoming love energy for Capricorn and your person. Upcoming love energy for Capricorn and your person. Commitment. Commitment is an important factor to achieve a successful relationship. Okay, so that doesn't necessarily talk about, just, commitment in the sense of, oh, you have to get married or whatever, It can be a lot of different things that you're placing, the stereotypical Capricorn, you're committed to your job kind of thing. You need to be just as committed to this relationship as to that, so we're committing to the relationship in some sort of way, shape or form. It may even just be we're committing to, we're making a promise that we're going to send a good night text every night, and I'm going to commit to a good night text every night, and that's the commitment that you're, putting down to achieve this successful relationship. And you're, and I do get a strong energy here, Capricorn, of making promises to yourself. You're making a commitment to yourself that I'm going to say a certain thing or behave a certain way, or enact on certain things, and stay committed to my own self within this connection as well. So it's sort of, I get a bit of both there for you there. But we do have admire coming through as well. It's time to think of everything that you admire in your partner. So there may be a commitment to, look at your love language and actually verbalize the things about your partner that you admire. That may be as simple as that. Okay. It may just be as simple as actually taking time out to stop and think about, what is it that I appreciate about this person? What is it that I admire about this person? I do feel that for some of you, there is this secondary message here of, that's the reason that you need to take time to think about the qualities that you admire in this person, because there's something for you in that as well, Capricorn, that you admire this about that person because that is something within your own self that you wish to, increase or decrease or whatever that is, so looking at those qualities that you admire about this person in order to encapsulate them within your own self a little bit more, and maybe that's the commitment you're making to yourself, is to embrace those admirable qualities a little bit more in the way that you behave, in the way that you speak. Okay, I'm picking up on a Capricorn where, oh, I really admire how that person is so open and vulnerable about their emotions. And it's specifically because you want to commit to being a little bit more in touch with your own emotions. But that is just for, one specific person there. Capricorn, upcoming energy for Capricorn. Okay, upcoming love energy for Capricorn and your person. Oh, okay. I like that. The crossroads. That one kind of flew on out there, Capricorn. Where exactly do you see this going? Committing to making, you're making a choice and you're making a decision about what direction you want to go in here when it comes to love and your person. Making that choice and committing to that choice. But then we also have the book and the tree. So learning more about how to heal and grow and mature. This is kind of this energy of educating yourself, learning more about this person, learning more about the way that they do things. And, once again, it's these qualities that you admire in this person, and learning more about how to embrace those qualities and how to interact with those qualities. And you're, making this choice to, start this next chapter and grow and heal and take care of yourself in a new kind of a way, through this, there is a strong soul bond with that tree there as well. So, your commitment is to, you know, we bend but we don't break. Like a tree, you know, in the wind, we bend but we don't break. And you're learning more about not only your person but about how to bend but not break within this connection, how to help each other heal and grow together, you know, and shelter each other from the storm, rather than, you know, choosing to go off on your own. And, you know, although some of you, it's, you know, pardon me, free will with that crossroads. Some of you are your commitment will be to yourself and yourself alone. And that is okay as well. All right. It's about this next chapter. And, you know, I'm choosing what I want my next chapter to look like. And I'm going to do everything I can to follow that path. I'm going to commit to that. And, you know, commit to my own choice and decisions and my own path in this life. Okay. Bit random there, Capricorn, but that's what we have for you. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, and we'll move on to Aquarius. Aquarius. Upcoming love energy for Aquarius and your person. Upcoming love energy for Aquarius and your person. Spiritual. Your spiritual journey is beginning. So for some of you, you may not have met this person as of yet. Okay, that spiritual journey, that spiritual connection is only just sort of beginning. Okay, so for some of you, I'm getting that it's a journey to that. But for others of you, you are going to meet them a little bit sooner than that. Some of you have already met them as well, but openness. Being an open book, basically. Be open to accept divine guidance in your relationships. So that's, you know, they go really hand in hand here, that you're trusting that you are being guided to where you need to be, with who you need to be with. Okay, so there's a lot of trusting, being an open book to the universe is going to take me where I need to go. That, you know, I'm going to meet the person I need to meet when I need to meet them. There's a lot of trust with this as well. Okay, but we'll have a look here. Aquarius, upcoming love energy for Aquarius and your person. So it's like just being open, very open to, you know, the universe having its way with you at the moment, Aquarius, not going to lie. We do see you very focused on other things at the minute as well. And that's I think that's part of what, you know, how you be open to the universe taking me wherever I need to go, is that I'm not even going to worry about upcoming love. I'm not even going to worry about where things are going with me and my person, because, you know, I've got the fish here, I've got the garden here. So I'm, you know, I'm focusing on my money. I'm focusing on the things that make me feel abundant in this world. I'm focusing on, you know, going out to events, spending time with friends, getting out and about in public, and, you know, being seen. For some of you, maybe on social, you know, some of your business stuff may be, you know, entering a very social era. So some of you may be, you know, opening your business up onto socials and things like that. You may be, you know, being open to business related events and things like that as well. Conversations, marketing. This is marketing yourself. We have the bird there as well. You know, this is just getting out and networking more than anything. It feels like business networking is your go-to at the moment, and being open. The more open that you are within your business world, and getting out there and being seen on a business, money, work front, the more things are actually going to move ahead for you when it comes to, you know, other areas of your life as well. But it's not really wanting to talk too much about your personal actual love for you here, Aquarius. It's just sort of, you know, you're open to whatever, you know, come whatever may kind of energy. I'm just going to focus on my job, my career, my, you know, getting out and about, having fun and doing what I want to do kind of thing. And just being very open, and the networking thing keeps coming back through as well, that, you know, the more people I know, the more chances I have of just falling into things that work for me. So, you know, it's taking a little bit of the pressure off the love stuff for you at the minute. Okay, Aquarius, that's what we have for you. You are more than welcome to check out your other placements, of course. Subscribe to the channel, and we will move on over to our Pisces. Okay, Pisces. Pisces and your person. Upcoming love energy for Pisces and your person. Upcoming love energy for Pisces and your person. Surprise! Surprise, Pisces! Surprise! Who's in this package? You may be about to be surprised. And I feel like for some of you, this is a big surprise because this, you know, we have rekindle coming through here. So for those of you who are currently, you know, single, someone from your past may be coming back around and rekindling, you know, surprise, rekindling with somebody. But for others of you where you are, you know, connected to somebody and you know who your person is, you know, every relationship has magical moments that can be rekindled. So it's kind of like we're doing a redo on an emotional state. Okay, so for some of you, this could be, you know, that going back to your very first date with this person and we're rekindling that moment and that feeling and that honeymoon phase and, you know, all of that is getting rekindled. We may even be recreating our first date, that kind of thing. We, you know, someone here may be renewing their vows and that sort of a thing. Surprise. I do feel as though this is a surprise on your end that you are unaware of this, if that is what is going to be happening for you. And some of you, you know, you may have been hoping for something like this, but it feels like it's an emotional state coming back around more so than anything. So it may not have anything to do with the person or the event, but it's that emotional state, a feeling that you once had is surprise, here it comes again. I feel like for some of you too, you didn't think you would ever feel that way again, is the phrase that's coming through. You didn't think you would feel that way ever again. And I'm getting like kid in a candy shop kind of energy coming through. Pisces. Pisces, you and your person. Upcoming love energy for Pisces and your person. You can rely on the fact we have the anchor followed by the cross followed by the rider. You can rely on the fact that the universe has got good news down the track here in store for you, Pisces. Very straightforward message. We do see the anchor is, you know, something that you can rely on. You felt like you were stuck, but all of a sudden you can rely on, you know, destiny has a lot more in store for you. You can rely on having faith that everything is working out exactly how it's supposed to here. You know, for some of you, you have been feeling the weight of your responsibilities of late, and you know, that weight does feel like it's about to be lifted because destiny is about to come knocking at your door. That surprise energy is the universe knocking at the door here, going, good news, something. It's not being very specific, but it's have faith. Good news is on the way. Good news, you are going to be you know, getting back up on that horse and riding off into the sunset, even though, you know, you've been too busy with your responsibilities and being weighed down with the weight of the world. But destiny is like, nah, that's not working anymore. Let's you know, Pisces needs to get back up on that horse and rekindle that feeling again. And surprise, bang, here it is. So this is going to come in a very shocking kind of a way. I feel like a lot of you, even though you're hearing this now, you're still not going to expect it. It's going to be very much expect the unexpected kind of energy, that something that you maybe thought that you would never feel that way again, in a good way, coming back around for you, Pisces. But let me know when that happens. I love all the goss. Make sure you do subscribe, and let me know if there's any particular topics you would like me to do readings on as well. And I will see you all again soon.